gentlemen, Lego123 here. This time reviewing my first of a wave of old Bionicle reviews that I will be doing. And I will be doing reviews ranging from 2003 sets all the way up to 2007 sets, like Prydac here. And obviously I will be doing 2015 sets still. Obviously I have got Pohatu and Liwa still to review. But anyway, we'll be kicking off these old classic Bionicle set reviews by taking a look at one of the main kind of highlight characters that every Bionicle fan will all know and love. He is the main villain of both the first generation of Bionicle and the new generation. And this is Makuta. The 2003 set is 8593. And obviously, as I've just said, this was released in 2003. And to say it was released in 2003, this set is definitely very cool. I don't unfortunately have the original box for this, but I have the instructions and they are in really good condition, so that is really good. On the front we can see Makuta there, which would be what it looks like on the front of the box. On the back we have an advertisement for the game at the time, which, looking at that this was from 2003, that game definitely looks like it's got some good graphics. We have an advertisement for Bionicle, the Mask of Light, the movie, and then we have an advertisement for the website at the time. In the back we have got a advertisement for the Krata and all 6 Rakshi, which I do have, and I will be reviewing those as well. Of the many sets I will be reviewing. And then in the back here we've got another poster for the Rakshi. And then we've got a picture of all the Titans. We have Takanuva, Jalaran Goku, and Takua and Puku. And then, as we get into the build, something you will want to know is that only half of these instructions are the build for Makuta. The other half is one part of the build for the combination model between Makuta, Jalaran Goku, and Takua and Puku. So as you can see, it's part of the combination model build. The rest of this, however, is the build for Makuta. And then in the front we've got the features of the set. You can see we can lift these up at the back of his feet, and the dual mask feature. Now also this set did have 3 numbered bags, but anyway, let's take a look at the actual figure itself. Okay, and there is the Makuta himself, the probably one of the highly anticipated Titans of 2003 Bionicle. As you can see, his build does use a lot of Technic, because as you know, in the old Bionicle, they were like mainly Technic builds anyway. You can see a lot of Technic just spinning this around here, and definitely a pretty cool build, and the Technic does work really well with this guy. As we move up, you can see we have got these chest pieces which do have space to store Krata. If you do have Krata from some of the Rakshi, which I do have all of the Rakshi, and I will show you how you can store the Krata in these later. And as you can see, the colour scheme is mainly gunmetal grey and red, with a bit of black and a bit of silver in there as well. Now, the way the Mask of Light is used as his hands definitely does work out really well, because of the way they look at the top. So it definitely looks like he is holding his staff when you get in some certain angles there. The arms are pretty simple, and they're kind of just like a reversed Rakshi leg, with no foot on the end, and the upper leg of the Rakshi is now the lower arm for Makuta. And he also does have this extra add-on piece to his limb there, so that just adds a little more red to him and obviously makes him look more evil. And then it is the same on this side as well. Definitely has a lot of coverage from the back, and that definitely does look good. We have got this Pohatu Nuva weapon piece as back armor there. And then we also have the Toa Nuva armor, recolored in gunmetal grey, and it is used on the back of his shoulders and also on the front, which looks really good. And then of course the Toa Nuva shoulder armor in gunmetal grey as well for the side of the shoulders. And you can see down here we have got this piece here, what you do is you twist that, and just like the Roxy, his body will twist because it is made up on a gear, which is actually the same design as the one the Roxy have, which definitely does make sense since the Roxy are called the Sons of Makuta, so it definitely makes sense that he has kind of a similar gear function to them. And obviously, as I mentioned with the Krata, he does literally rip Krata out of himself, so it makes sense that he is able to store Krata in him. So you just open up these Roxy back pieces, put your Krata in, and then close them off. Now I think they could have done a little bit better of covering this up because the open ball does look kind of plain. So maybe if they did put one of the red Toa Mata hands on there and kind of just positioned it, angled it down, that would have looked a lot better. And because it's on a ball joint, when the legs move up like so, it would be, the Mata hand would be able to move up and wouldn't get in the way of any, wouldn't conflict with any of the action. And same here as well. And you can see he does have this tube here, which goes all the way around him and then connects up here in the back. And I mentioned briefly about the arms, so let's just take off his staff on one arm and take a closer look at one of these arms, because they are pretty cool, and as I said, are just kind of an addition kind of to Roxy legs. Now as you know, with the Roxy, they would have this piece here which connects to their body, and then the leg would be like that, and you'd have the foot on there. Makuta completely swaps that over and has this attaching to his shoulder, and then obviously this extra piece down here giving him a bit more bulk, and yeah. And then obviously the silver Mask of Light, which I'm pretty sure at the time of 2003 this silver Mask of Light was exclusive to Makuta until it was then released again in the 2010 version of Takanuba. Now I can't seem to get the Mask of Light off there. And we've got this pin here, that's simply so you can connect it to Makuta's Staff of Shadows, which is a really cool little build there with these two pieces here. And you can just use that to swing around. That's kind of the main feature with the gears, and it connects on there. And then a lot of articulation in this because the Roxy obviously introduced knees. And so if this is using the same build as the Roxy legs, obviously he's going to have elbows. Then he's got a lot of articulation with the hand, and it definitely looks pretty good when you look at it this way, from the front there is like the fingers, because of the way the Mask of Light is used. So that's pretty much it for the arms, and they just connect in there, and that ball is pretty much hidden by the way the shoulders are made. So definitely a really nice design on this guy. And even when he doesn't have his staff in, if you get the fists in some pretty cool positions, you can have him kind of box him when you twist the gear function there. So that is pretty cool. We're not even close to getting towards the end of this guy. There's still a lot more to show. So I'm going to take off one of his legs here, because just like the arms, the legs are exactly the same. And as you can see, the legs are pretty cool. Unfortunately, the only bit of articulation is at the waist here. So when you connect this on, the only bit of articulation you'll get is moving the leg up and down and twisting it side to side. Obviously, as I mentioned, the legs do have the Krata holder on here. And then as for the foot, definitely looks pretty cool, and we have got another Pohatu Nuva weapon here which can move up or down. I prefer it down, definitely in my opinion looks better. Overall, the design of the legs is pretty darn cool there. So that's pretty much it for the legs. They're a lot more simplistic, but still pretty cool. And they just connect in there. And then you can get him into fairly good poses. Unfortunately, the fact that this doesn't have knees does limit the posability of him, but not that much. But unfortunately, if you try and pose him like that in a kind of running pose, he's just going to fall over like that. So that's pretty unfortunate. And the final part about this set is the dual functionality of the mask. As you know, in the movie, he does combine with Takanuva after Takanuva defeats him, like their bodies combine. And you can see here, we just have the regular Mask of Shadows of Makuta. And the way this is put on gives it a lot of articulation because it is on that ball there. And it does use the Toa Mata head, as you can see the eye piece there. And as you see, you can turn the head. And then the whole point of this being on a ball joint is so you can lift this up and turn the head all the way around like that. And then we have a head that looks like it's been fused with Makuta's head and the Mask of Light, because you can see then the comparison. And obviously the way the Toa Mata head is and the way this mask is designed, the eyes shine through blue, so it's like this is Takanuva. And then obviously when we take off the mask, there you can see we've got the Toa Mata head in red. And then it does just attach with this axle here. So yeah, you can just connect the head in there. So, and there you have it. That is pretty much it for the Makuta. So that's it for this Bionicle Classic review of the in-depth review of Makuta from 2003. There will be more Bionicle Classic reviews still to come, and there will be more Bionicle recent reviews of the new 2015 set. But don't worry, a lot more Bionicle action coming your way, especially with stop motions and stuff, and a lot more action coming anyway. So overall, this set is definitely pretty cool, and I recommend that if you can get your hands on this from eBay or somewhere, like I did, I recommend you definitely grab this, because I can tell you, as the years go on, this set will definitely rise in value because of pretty much how epic and anticipated it is. So that's it for this review. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye!